What was the worst, most damaging way you took revenge?
I don't know why I am sharing this, but here we go. When I was in middle school I got picked on a lot. I was that really big kid who just did not stand up for himself. Every new school I went to it usually started okay, until one kid would test me and see me not do anything about it, then it would spread like wildfire. Needless to say, I had a miserable time in middle school. It was the spring and at the time I was a part of the track team, being a bigger kid that meant throwing shot put and discus. There was this one fat fuck named Eric, who wasn't all too popular himself, and he had decided to earn some cred for himself. He would start laying into me. I would snap back at him every time he insulted, but I didn't want to take it past there and he knew this. The constant insults continued for weeks. Every day after school I had to stay for practice for a couple hours, and here was Eric constantly heckling me. One day I decided I had enough. My mind was made up. I was either going to get the shit kicked out of me or I was going to demolish this fuck. Having never been in a fight before, I worked out how I wanted to do this for quite a while in my head before beginning. Meanwhile, the whole time he just kept running his mouth. I was at the point between tears and blind rage. I was standing in the discus ring holding the discus, and there was his fat ginger face cackling at me. I decided I would throw the discus at him and then charge. In my mind's eye I imagined that the discus would hit him in the arm or back, or possibly even get slapped away as I ran towards him. After all, I tossed it underhanded like a frisbee, not what I thought had any force behind it. No. Instead he just stood there, staring as the discus flew towards his face. I will never forget the sound/sight of when the discus made contact. I could hear his jaw shatter as heavy spurt of blood shot from his face. See, Eric had braces, and not only did the discus break his jaw, and burst straight through his bottom lip, but it also quickly dislodged most of his front teeth, sending his brace wires sprawling in all directions, digging into the flesh of his cheeks and gums. The amount of blood pouring from his face was nauseating, and all of a sudden the rage that had been building inside of me was gone and replaced by immense sadness for him. He took off running towards the coaches, and I was right behind him. I couldn't contain my crying as I followed step by step behind him, hearing the gargling wails and screams for help. We were both ushered into the coach's office quickly. I was too hysterical to answer any questions. The ambulance came and picked him up, and my way overprotective and somewhat sociopathic older brother came and sheltered me from the barrage of incriminating questions coming from the coaches. My brother grabbed me to pull me out of the room and take me home. The coach shoved past him and pushed me back into the chair, stating that I wasn't going anywhere. My brother turned around and knocked him out cold, and we left. Over the next few days everyone kept their distance from me at school. The principal finally called me in and asked that I write a statement of what happened. I said it was an accident and that it slipped. Turns out the rest of the guys who were around had turned in statements saying the same thing. A while later they confessed they thought Eric had it coming, and they were glad I had finally stood up for myself. Truth is, I don't feel great about it. As an adult, it is one of the memories that haunts me. What makes it even worse, we moved that year and I ended up going to a different nearby high school in the same district. Freshman year at track practice, the coach sat us down and told everyone my story as a cautionary tale of safety. I don't think he knew it was me he was speaking about. Over the next few years I would hear classmates and teachers and other people in the community repeat it as almost an urban myth. All the while I sat quietly knowing the true story, because it was about me. Edit. Thanks for all the replies, and the gold.